What's up, everyone? Trent here.
Along with Julia.
Welcome back to the channel, and we're back with episode 7 of X-Men 97, Bright Eyes. After the last episode, where Storm emerged after defeating her adversary in the awesome classic black outfit, and that was just an epic flight sequence, but seeing the Genosha Massacre on TV with Forge, and on the other side of the universe, you got Charles schooling the Shi'ar in the astral plane, and then that entire sequence with the skeletons in the seats and seeing Gambit.
Brutal.
Yeah. Excited to see the fallout from the Genosha Massacre in episode 5. We know Sinister has a role and that he used Trask DNA to access the Wild Sentinel. Whew, it's getting very exciting. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Oh, my boy. Oh, Belladonna and his brother.
Remy LeBeau would be the first to remind you that life, like the cards, is wild. Yet he moved through his life as a force that luck always won. Gambit had endless faith in potential. Yet he seemed so blind to his, a sinner beyond saving.
So he thought.
Such were the cards, he'd say. I think he was bluffing. How could Remy fail to see how his sins had made him into a hero?
Oh, Kurt.
Every gambler has a tell. Modesty was Gambit's.
I love Kurt. Able to turn such a tragedy into such a uplifting moment.
How could she not be here? He saved all of us. He saved her. He loved her.
She's grieving too.
Grief's a lonely war. Rogue's gotta figure it out on her own.
Yep.
What she battles is not mere grief. And our dear Jubilee is wise to be afraid.
One of the most powerful
Yep.
beings grieving with anger.
This is a top secret United States facility. You are trespassing.
That's nice.
That mech ain't got his chance.
Ooh! Cannonball it.
Jeez. She is so angry.
What do we do?
Ah! Thunderbolt!
Need I remind you that we're standing in the same place built to hold the Hulk?
I thought it was a gamma
There's
base.
an unhinged mutant from the swamp. She ain't no...
Don't underestimate her.
She can be very, very, very Hulk-like.
Thought your kind were the good guys.
You killed those, sugar. Now, you get me.
You deal with me.
The UN just can't commit any more.
Oh, Senator Kelly.
Finding even one more survivor could give mutants some hope. What about Val Cooper? Rescuers still haven't located her.
Yeah,
Trask just kicked off an all-out war between humans and mutants.
he tried.
Scared voters see me helping your kind. Just unfortunate optics.
Optics, sir? Guess if Genosha had looked more human, you would be more focused on death tolls over polls.
Be patient, Scott.
Check the headlines, Mr. President.
Yep.
They're all about the virtue of patience.
Go, Scott.
I got too comfortable. Never again.
No one could have seen this coming.
No.
Magneto did. He warned us repeatedly. And so did Madeline.
I know what she meant to you, Scott. To Nathan.
None of that matters right now. Right now, we have to be strong. For the team. For every mutant still out there who's watching these images. They need hope.
It's what the professor would do.
And let's go remind the world that times like these are when dreaming matters most.
The dialogue in this is just excellent.
Excellent, yeah.
Teams haven't risked clearing the Citadel. Too unstable. Jean and I can handle it. Rest of you go show humanity that the X-Men are here to stay.
Lead by example.
Stellar work.
Oh, Amelia.
Everyone wants to be a survivor, but when you actually see one fresh off the belt, a survivor is the last thing I'd want to be. I'm so sorry.
I'm heartened to know that it is you who will bear witness to what happened in Genosha. The death of a dream.
There's your headline.
Walk with me. Would you like that?
Please.
Trish and Hank. Yes! Sure, that bike looked familiar.
Stand down, Rogue. Please.
Where's Henry Gyrick?
Genosha wasn't just a mutant tragedy. It shames us all. But rampaging across the country dishonors those who were lost.
Good person to stand against her.
Wash and tell me what America's top cop is doing all the way out here.
Perceptions.
Bolivar Trask. He built the Sentinels. He's the natural first suspect for that master mold in Genosha. Last week, Gyrick...
I love how she hasn't given up the shield.
Yep.
Some covert division in the UN. Black Book.
You threw it at me? It's
They
mine.
love telling you about it, huh?
These sorts don't talk.
OZT.
Oh no.
Who's Gyrick to these folks?
Exactly what I plan to ask
That's what I
him.
thought.
Once I get the thumbs up, I'll lead my team to Mexico to apprehend Gyrick.
I reckon we nab Gyrick now before our mystery boys move him again.
This uniform shows up in Mexico bashing heads in with you. It sends a message.
International
Damn
incident.
right that you stand with mutants, unless you don't now.
Gotta do this by the book, Rogue. My hands are tied.
If your hands are tied, you won't be needing this.
I wanted to see the impact in the mountain.
Yeah.
I'll go to go get it.
I was gonna say, I think the mountain was very, 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 very far away.
Strong guy.
War's coming.
Operation Zero Tolerance, and our first look at what could be the Unity Squad with Rogue and Cap.
You call your mom?
I'm on a ski trip in the Alps.
What if we'd been here? What if you were here? The call she gets,
Yeah.
not getting what the cops are saying.
Stop pressuring me, Jubes. Look what happens when we don't hide.
I just know I wouldn't want my parents finding out who I was on the 5 o'clock news.
Yep.
Will you come with me?
Duh.
The priority for the foreseeable future must be damage control.
Oh, tall order when mutants everywhere are taken to the streets.
Riots are the language of the unheard.
Martin Luther King.
Perhaps the professor's vision for the future was too nearsighted, and begging for your tolerance was our first mistake.
Hank, no, that's not what I was saying.
But it is what you mean. That is the issue. As was your reporting outside my home while my friends were dying. Now forgive me. I dare not waste any more of your tolerance, Miss Tilby.
And the symbolism building the shrine at the heads of
the
Xavier
heads,
and
yeah.
Magneto.
This ain't no jail. This is a damn resort.
With Operation Zero Tolerance, troops everywhere.
I have no idea where Bolivar Trask is.
What's OZT anyway?
Let's just say you freaks aren't the only ones making friends in high places.
Gyrick.
Tell Summers his wife's cute psychic probes won't work this time. Not against him.
She won't need it.
This ain't that sort of probe.
Not against him.
Quit fighting me!
Oh! Bastion and Nimrod.
Psychic echoes.
Bloody goatee.
So many last thoughts. Unfulfilled dreams. Cycling on repeat. So many paths unfinished. Lacking closure. Like us.
I'm sorry, Jean, for how complicated things got between us.
Our lives have never been simple.
Nope.
Feels different this time.
Different than when I died in that shuttle crash.
Oh, I love that.
Or when I sacrificed myself to the sun or Dark Phoenix.
Yet, you always came back.
Scott, up ahead. A telepath.
Madeline.
No.
I don't think it's Maddie. Yes, it's Emma. Diamond form
Diamond
Emma.
form Emma.
Extraordinary. Diamond transmutation has never been one of Emma's abilities. Perhaps a dormant mutation triggered by duress?
Oh, we got the secondaries.
Well. Under pressure.
Secondary mutations in.
All X-Men to the Blackbird immediately. It's Trask.
And the acknowledgement from Jean that it's okay to mourn Maddie.
Yeah.
Sinister promised to help me get my life back. He didn't say
Don't
it'd
trust
be a
him.
mutant massacre.
Why would we possibly believe a murdering maniac like you, Trask?
Come to the UN Peace Legion in Madripoor. The lobby vending machine is never out of diet. Come see the horrifying face of your future. To review,
That's an interesting code.
Created Master Mold, i.e. all of this is literally his fault, i.e. we can't trust him.
Really is Stranger Days.
Level-headed Morph, especially when
Yeah.
Sinister's involved.
Yeah, more.
You got this, okay? We go in, charm with small talk, and...
I'm a mutant.
Yeah.
Or that.
Boom. I know. I've always known.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna down a glass.
This is such a relief.
It is?
4 of our homes have caught fire mysteriously since you turned 16. Your father and I believe a band of Somali pirates hijacked your yacht in the Hamptons.
You knew. Why didn't you say anything?
It was your secret to tell.
Aw.
A mother knows, Roberto.
Oh.
I was afraid he'd be facing this all alone.
Oh.
The trick will be making sure we keep this all private.
Wait, what now?
There it is.
What do you mean?
Honey, shareholders are rattled by anything mutant related. They can't know we have a mutant in the family. So, we'll have to discuss some new rules concerning your associations.
Oh, Kurt. Indeed. It is I, sister. How do you feel now?
Bit of a headache, but I'll live.
Rampage! Really liking all the themes through in this episode.
Remy's dead, but that don't mean I'm ready to accept it.
We all grieve in our own way.
You sure pulled the short straw in the adopted sister department. Got the gal who goes bonkers over losing a boy.
Oh.
Over losing two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she did not cause Gambit or Magneto to be killed. She helped them live.
Oh. Kurt! Logan just
posing.
Damn, love gets me every time.
Just as you dreamt it. Yet you nearly ruined my surprise.
Oh. Oh! Bastion killed him! Go, Bastion. Henry fucking Gyrick.
Sleeping gas.
Vending machine stocks diet.
Be, they're never out of diet. Uber secret break room behind a busted vending machine. A game, bad guy. A game.
Who needs elevator music when you got Morph? Oh boy. They made the Prime Sentinels look like Terminators.
Since when did the United Nations house classified cybernetics facilities?
Hey, same mystery getup as the fellas who were guarding Henry Gutherick. OZT.
Maybe we ask poor man's Oppenheimer before he...
Poor man's alive.
Now I am become dead.
Tell us what OZT stands for.
Some group that rose from the ashes of my old Sentinel program. While you X-men have been holding hands with mankind, they've been placing dominoes.
What about Mr. Sinister?
That madman is one of the most brilliant engineers in history. He said my designs were cute.
He's building a new type of Sentinel.
Worse than what we saw in Genosha.
The technology in these
Way
cases
worse.
is light years ahead of ours today. How could he even obtain such access?
I don't know, but I won't let him make me any more of a monster than he already has.
Easy, boy. Help us get the real bad guys. What else can you tell us? Anything helps.
I have nothing.
Same, sugar.
Oh! That thud! Her face.
That maniac killed Remy and thousands
She
of
lived
people on
it.
Genosha. That rotten piece of scum put a good man, my man.
Oh. Oh, the strings! Trust has been transformed.
Oh!
What in the name of all heaven?
Trask has mutated into some sort of
Human sentinel. Okay.
Prime Sentinel Protocol activated. Terminate mutants.
Bamf and get it good.
Summer, Gene, you get the building. I'll get the debris.
Go, Gene!
Gene!
And save Scott too. Don't faint. Good girl. Good Gene.
He put Rogue down with one hit. We can't pull our punches. X-Men, take him down.
Oh, Quicksilver!
Quicksilver!
Go, Pietro!
Oh!
Oh, Morph. Go, Gene.
Oh!
Stay away from my wife.
Tell me, orphan, how does it feel to be abandoned by the future?
That sounded very sinister like. The future's come to save.
electromagnetic cluster grenades are the quickest way to take these suckers down.
Cable? What the hell are you doing here?
No, all along. It can't be.
Get out of my brain. You're not her.
Oh my God. Nathan.
Let's skip the reunion, Dad. Trask got it wrong. Sinister's working for someone else, and if you X-Men don't stop him, there won't be much of a future worth living in.
Trask was a rough draft, and his tussle with the Gene Freaks gave us invaluable tactical data for my real masterpiece.
The X-Men will learn from this too, you blithering fool.
Blithering fool.
Sinister. You and the villains of old have been failing since '92 to squash these pests. What you would do is my roadmap for what not to do.
You were one of those villains once.
Yeah.
Yet unlike the rest of you,
I've evolved.
Evolved. Alien satellite the X-Men used to chat with their allies, the Shi'ar.
Oh.
Professor Charles Xavier.
Our merry band of muties have been selling the world a very big lie.
Big lie.
And so have I.
What lies he's been... Oh!
Oh!
Nifty bop, right? I've had to be bad lately. Heat, like music, it softens things. Softens follicles, opens pores, makes the flesh pliable. This way, once I have to get to work, smooth as butter. So long as you stay still. So long as you don't resist. Simply listen and obey. See, you were born for this.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. They sold the world a lie. And so have I. That's a big-ass lie.
Well, we called him not being dead.
Yeah, but does that mean... Does that mean the theory of Leech saving him is gone? Because Bastion has him, so you can assume, especially with Cable coming back and warning Maddie saying he's coming, he was present on... I'm assuming that implies he was present on Genosha whilst the Sentinel was going.
I think it implies he was present there and then...
Yeah, used some sort of power to plop him out.
Plop him out. Yeah. Interesting.
That was a lot in one episode.
They're not holding any
They're not
punches.
holding back. The emotional roller coaster is huge, but such highs. Starting off on the low, then riding the wave of the high of Rogue going absolutely ballistic and finding trust, to again a really emotional moment with brother and sister. I'm loving Nightcrawler's role in this.
I am too.
Like, he's the perfect person to deliver the funeral proceedings, and not just like any other priest would. He has such a perspective on the world, especially considering that so many, especially in this, people saw him as a demon. To still have that optimism that he has, and to be able to see the good parts of life, is absolutely astonishing. And the way he put in the card puns and the plays on words, and he did the ultimate bluff with the Assassins and Thieves Guild there as well. He was born a sinner, but with the cards that were dealt to him. But he's just got that. He's got that optimism that inspires joy in the darkest moments.
But he also has that perspective for the darkest moments to allow people to be at their most vulnerable and be, especially with Rogue finally breaking down and the acceptance of sitting there. It's just going, no one's going to talk about how you lost two.
Yes.
But you did.
She didn't just lose Gambit.
One. Yeah. You lost both.
Yeah.
Like, you made them both feel so much more alive. And that was such a touching moment.
Yeah. And then having the rest of the team come in. God damn it, makes me happy. But seeing you've got that, and you've got seeing grief represented through Rogue and through everyone when they set foot on Genosha.
Yeah.
They're all grieving in different ways. It brought Jean and Scott closer together.
The repairing of their relationship as well is really interesting and nice to see as well, where it is they do always want to be together, and they are constantly given a really shit hand. Like what Jean said when they were in the Citadel of the time I threw myself into the sun, the time I became the
Dark
Phoenix, the time the other time I died, but you always came back. And
one of us did.
Yeah. And it's always interesting to see their relationship still build. And as you said in the reaction, the finding Emma and having that relief, but then for Scott, that absolute dawning of Maddie's gone.
There wasn't enough time to talk about that and there was a lot of things that I wanted to say a lot more, but the scene changed and didn't want to talk over stuff. That was one of my favorite moments in the episode, because it was not a discussion that needed to be had. It was a simple action of Scott's tear coming down and Jean wiping it away.
Yeah.
That was everything that needed to be said in that one action. I'm not going to dismiss you for grieving, Maddie.
Yeah.
Like, it was the ultimate acceptance of, you're still processing stuff. You've acknowledged that I'm still processing stuff. All the stuff that we went through in episode 5. Yeah, episode 5. Put that on the back burner. We need to put our foots forward. What we're dealing with is not as much of it's still important, but we've got bigger things in terms of the greater perspective of things.
We can worry about this a little bit later. We need to pop almost everyone else.
And the reassurance, we still have each other.
We still have each other, and we'll deal with this later. And I still love you, and I still care about you, but we've got bigger things first.
And then Operation Zero Tolerance. Bastion. Did they even say his name? I don't think they said his name.
They didn't. I don't think they said his name at all.
Keep him a mystery man for people who haven't read stuff. I like that. I mean, I've kind of given it all away in terms of Operation Zero Tolerance and Bastion, and him being an amalgamation of Nimrod and Master Mold through the Siege Perilous. Woof. But it has set the stage, especially with Rogue embracing her in a Magneto.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
With that face.
Yep.
Wolverine being like,
yeah. Wolverine going,
yeah. Look at the quiet cheerleader on the side.
Going, okay, I'll put my claws away. Kind of wish I did it, but
yeah. Damn, she took my spot. But I like that there's the inner conflict in how to deal with everything that happened in Genosha. It's no longer we're just the good guys. It's there's a whole lot of processing going on, and it's going to flip how people respond. You saw how Beast spoke to Trish Tilby on Genosha, where it started off as very, very amicable, and then it turned to this is what tolerance gets us.
Gets us, yeah. What is interesting about it is it's very much showing the grey is starting to seep through, where it's not very black and white. It's not us versus them. It's not we are the good guys and we will always black that. Just Scott's idea of the X-Men. It
is now a mixture of both the Dream and Magneto's.
Yeah, it is both of those dreams colliding and melding to make something similar but different.
How do we deal with it?
And you're seeing extremes in characters.
The line is now blurred.
Yeah,
it's now being crossed.
And that line, especially for Rogue in this, is becoming very, very thin and very disappearing, where it's almost on a teetering point of scales for her, whether it's do you become that almost Omega level mutant that everyone just dismissed, Rogue's not that powerful, and then just going...
Everyone forgets how strong she is.
Yep.
Going up at a gamma base against Thaddeus.
Do we just get that Bayou girl, the quiet one who was fearful of her powers? It's like we are now seeing something evolve completely different.
But a good character to have that done to, considering very much like Remy, there's the past that he had where he was a sinner with the Thieves Guild. Rogue's the exact same. She was with the Brotherhood, Mystique. Val Cooper, by the way, still missing, still MIA. Mystique. But she's the perfect character to have this change to, because she has that villainous streak.
Yep.
With being with the Brotherhood at that time and building on the relationship with Magneto. It makes a lot of sense.
And then very parallel to that is Morphs. Again, I'm loving Morph all the way through. His little one-liners and little just of just sitting there and pointing out the bloody obvious to everyone and just going, this is just a bad idea.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea.
Terrible idea, but you're still going to do it? Fine.
Diet soda.
Yeah. He's very much, again, someone that has that darker past leading into where he is now and being part of the X-Men and trying to be that good.
Yeah.
But he's also seen and has seen the terribleness.
But can we talk about how there was a murder? We had the genocide.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of dark moments in this episode. You had Rogue violating Gyrick. You had Gyrick. Gyrick just went through it, and rightfully so, because fuck Gyrick. Then you had Bastion murder him.
Yep.
And not just murder as in stab. Like, that was... No. That was...
You almost ruined my plan. I don't like this. Shh.
That was intimate and just the glasses.
Well, again, a very interesting character that's the manipulation tactic. That cutthroat razor, even in cartoons, is never a good sign.
Especially with the way he was speaking. My goodness, the... Very quiet with the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
It's such a bop.
Yeah. It softens the skin. It softens the pores. Opens the pores. Creepy.
Oh, creepy. Absolutely creepy.
It puts the lotion on its skin. It's very much very similar.
So. Yeah.
And then you had Bobby Roberto coming out to his mum, which the acknowledgement and all of his fears being quashed with her, we knew. There was a lot of things going on. It was your secret to tell. I loved that.
That was really lovely. And then to have still the other shoe drop, where it's we can't tell anyone.
Yeah, we've still got a business.
We've still got a business to run. And still that fear that he had, a valid fear that he had of coming to his parents, he still has to hide himself. He can't be him, which is so sad.
Yeah. But still a bit of weight off his, an initial weight off with coming out in the, we'll take it slow. I'm a mutant. Oh, we could do it like that. But Jubilee's role. the support networks that are being shown throughout. You've got Rogue and Nightcrawler, Jubilee helping with Roberto coming out to his mum. I'm enjoying that there are a lot of different support networks being shown, and there's a lot of good messaging going on for people who may be wanting to come out in real life. All the metaphors and allegories that are going on. There is a lot of good messages being portrayed. I mean, obviously, there's some terrible ones with the bigotry and and prejudice that's being shown, but the uplifting side of things is it's good to show dealing with grief and that it's okay to grieve, and all those messages are incredible.
And all those messages are reinforced with the support network that are around the people around it, while the not nice messages, the bigotry and that, they are alone.
Terrible. Yeah.
Being fought against in this against the X-Men, which is awesome.
But yeah, a lot of excellent dialogue throughout. We got Emma coming out of the Citadel in the diamond form, so secondary mutations. Yep.
Confirmed.
Yep. So it'd be
her sassy ass line.
Yeah, I'm always good under pressure. That leads me to think that maybe we'll see Beast turn into more of a feline form down the line. Like there's been a few in the comics that have happened that have been changes. Elixir getting his gold skin, Husk getting, every time she rips her skin off and takes a new form, her personality changes to reflect whatever form she's taken. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the secondary mutations. Also, whether Gyrich comes back as a Prime Sentinel. We got a look at the Prime Sentinels, very Terminator-ish. There's a lot of inspiration from a lot of different franchises in this.
Yes.
Like that fight between Jean and Prime Sentinel Trask was I was thinking Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z, with just, once they've powered up and it's just the lights flying through.
Yeah.
And I even think there was I think Rogue did a rider kick at one point.
Yeah, I think she did.
Which the animation was epic, but there's a whole lot of different references going on in this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying just how much fun they're having whilst dealing with very serious themes and confronting, but also very uplifting themes as well. And especially considering we've got the big 3-part finale, which as Trask has said, the dominoes are now set. You've got one of the big bads of the series come into it, with now Sinister working with Bastion, which again a nice little tease of you're an enemy from the 90s that failed as well, but I've evolved, Sinister. And that's going to be a fun little reveal for people to see. And it makes sense with what we've seen in the trailer, in the opening credits. Cable's moment.
Yeah. That was interesting. Dig. Not dig. But
you're not her. Stay out of my head. You're not her.
You're not her. But then that also grief that he feels as very similar to Scott's. And then literally Scott looking into a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Nathan, no time. No time, Dad.
No time, Dad. We'll do it later.
Yeah. But just the glow of his eye. They didn't even have to say bright eyes, just the glow of his eye with the shadow over the rest. The
reflection in Scott's visor as well. I'm quite surprised there wasn't almost like the baby face, like a flash, for the confirmation.
That would have been
a little bit too tacky.
Yeah, that would have been hamming it up.
Yeah, I like some ham. But that moment as well, where again, very very typical kind of Summers. We'll deal with this in time. We've got bigger things to do.
So I'm wondering what Sinister wants. Because
power?
Bastion, no, he'd want some genes of some kind. He'd want something to improve himself, or yeah.
Well, seeing the video broadcast of the "We Have a New Leader" was quite interesting, and the confirmation of the lie the X-Men have been saying with Charles being dead, and then the loop back to the I'm lying too of Magneto being alive. That's going to play interesting as well.
Yep. It also confirms why he didn't see Magneto in his astral vision and only saw Gambit, because Mags is alive. But yeah, Sinister's very much always looking out for himself, number one, when he's using someone. Yes. So we'll either see a big betrayal when he realizes that he's either going to lose or he's not going to get what he wants, or he's going to he'll scurry away after he's gotten what he wants.
Scurry away with that coat.
But OZT, Operation Zero Tolerance, in full effect in a very subtle way.
Very subtle way, because again, the acronym wasn't said either. Yeah. So it's
or was it said briefly by Trask?
Nope.
Not on the ledge.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Maybe it was.
It was only said once, if so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's gonna be an interesting next 3 episodes. 3-parter.
3-parter.
And episode 8's apparently the big one. And one last other thing, Captain America, the cameo of Cap. Yeah. Throwing the shield, landing in the sand, and then Rogue carrying it.
Carrying it the whole time, just going like, no, I'm not. It's like almost that threatening. I'm not giving you this back.
Yeah.
And then the yeeting it into the mountain.
Yeah, love that. But Cap being the kind of mediator between the mutants and humanity of, I have my orders and I have to act, but you know my stance. I fully support mutants, and willingly helped to find Gyrick. We're both after the same person. I'm after him as well. He's done something terrible. He's been freed and we don't know why.
Yeah.
And then going through and finding it reminded me very much of like finding a Hydra base.
Yeah, I got those vibes too.
Yeah. I thought very similar.
Thought the computers were about to come alive.
Yeah, I was like, Zola, are you going to be in here somewhere? But yeah, just seeing the OZT on the screens and, neither of them being disrespectful to one another, knowing that they're trying to help, and then the shield give back and
the tug of war.
Oh, okay. No. But yeah, a good representation to show that whilst, something terrible has happened, mutants do have support. And coming from Cap, it's a really big kind of moment. And I feel like it was really underplayed in the episode.
Definitely.
Because it is a huge thing to have a symbol like Cap to come out and, offer that support.
Offer that support, but then also see the limitations of Cap as well, going, well, no, I know I'm part of the government system. I need approval.
I can't go to Mexico.
I just can't
turn
up to Mexico in this uniform.
Yeah. This big red, white, and blue uniform.
Can't be that symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still has those things that he has to obey to not cause any incidents bigger than what would be. But offering the help. Uncanny Avengers is a big thing in the last decade in the comics. The Unity Squad after Dark Reign and Utopia, where it's a team of both mutants and Avengers coming together to give support to mutants. So I could easily see something like that coming forward. We got the X Factor characters in there.
Yeah.
Like with Strong Guy, and there was Multiple Man, I'm pretty sure, helping as well with a couple of his dupes. So it makes me wonder if we're going to get some more teams forming down the line, if we're going to get any other Avengers, because they have had multiple cameos of key Marvel characters in the previous series come in, and Cap was a big one with the Wolverine episode. So to have him come back is really good, but also what Cap represents in terms of the greater MCU and the inspiration that he is. It'll be interesting to see if they do form new teams. Also interesting that we had seen a glimpse of Bastion previously in Life Death Part 1 in a picture with Forge. So I'm wondering if Forge had some knowledge of this and that's why he stepped back. That's why he removed himself, because he potentially knows what's coming. And at the end of last episode, when he saw the destruction on Genosha, he had a really, really concerned look on his face, and I think that went beyond just what was being shown.
Yeah,
it was is what I've helped create. Doing this. So, yeah, really interesting stuff. Excited to see where they go. But yeah, tell us your thoughts in the comments. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
As always, keep it nerdy.